The sign up slot feature is designed for live auditions, whether they're live online through a video conference or in person. The feature allows the entrant to pick an audition slot that fits their schedule, or you, the admin, can assign them an audition slot. You can also edit and change the slot later, and then judges can view a list of who's auditioning by audition slot. So here we've set up our audition, but we still need to add our sign up slots. The first thing we want to do is set up who chooses the slot. We click this button and we see that we can choose whether the entrant or you, the admin, can choose the entrant slot. So in this case, we're going to say entrant, but we as admins can still override this. So if they chose a slot we didn't want them to choose, we can override that and change their slot later. This is slot required. So if I select this, in order for them to submit a registration, they'll have to select a slot. If there's no slots available for their category and they're required to choose one, they will not be able to submit their registration. So we're going to hit save. We're going to click add, and then we're going to select which categories this particular slot is for. So I'm going to set up a slot for the audiovisual tech category. It's going to be in the main auditorium. We're going to say that the maximum people that can sign up for this audition slot is 5. So that means for this time, say we're going to have a 30-minute slot. We don't want more than 5 people signing up for that. And here I can add some notes about this particular slot. This slot is going to be on, we'll say, December 9th at 2 p.m. Now, if I want to quickly add the next slot, say I just want to have one after the other, I can do this and the system will automatically add another 30-minute slot for 30 minutes right after that. And you can go ahead and edit this date and time. So I'm going to say that we're going to have 4 different slots. This would cover 2 hours for the audiovisual tech auditions. We're going to expect about 20 people to need auditions for that. And now the system has added for December 9th 4 different slots. So now I'm going to go back and add the slots for the other categories. Now in this one, I could say online link will be sent. Maybe I want to have an online audition, but for this, I'm going to send them a link to meet them over a video conference. Okay, now I've added all the slots that I need for this audition. So here on the registration page, if I want to register for a main role, and in this case, that's the category, I'm going to hit register. I'm going to click continue, and then it's going to start my registration. I have the questions from the form maybe you set up, maybe any uploads. Maybe in this case, you want them to upload a headshot or something else. And then when they click submit, they'll have the ability to choose a slot as long as they've completed the other steps for that registration. So for the main category, the slots available are on December 12th. And it'll tell them how many remaining, how many slots total, and so they can select one that works for them. And once they click submit, it's going to lock in that slot for that entrant. So here, as you can see, it has the details about their slot. They'll also receive an email confirmation, and then they can add that to their Google, Apple, whatever calendar, just to remind them of what's happening. So imagine I need to edit a slot after people have already signed up, or even before that. I can go back to my sign up slots, and I could go find the slot I need to edit. Maybe there's a snow day, we need to change the location, whatever it might be. Here I'm going to go to the slot that we just signed up for on the entrance screen, but maybe we need to change the location. So we're going to put main stage, and here we can also change the number of entrants. So we can raise that or lower that. Now, if the location or the notes or the date or minutes change, the system is going to email all of the entrants in this slot and tell them what the change was. But we've added this convenient feature here where you can add a note to the email it sends to them. So now we can see that this note here will be added to that email. So we click save. The system is going to send that email. And here's what that email looks like to the entrant. Now here on the entrance screen, if you're using the slots feature, we'll see it here. Now if we had multiple rounds, we'd see a slots column for each of the rounds that we have slots. Now since this entrant chose their own slot, we see it right here. Now, if we want to change the slot for this particular entrant, we would click that, and then we could select any slot that has available spots. This entrant, Bean, will be notified by email that we changed the slot for them. If we want to remove the slot, we would click that, and they would receive an email too. Now, whether or not you've chosen to have the entrant choose or have the admin choose which slot for each entrance, you'll see this button here, assign slot, if that entrant does not have a slot. A convenient thing here is if we click this filter button, we can filter the list by the entrants per slot. So if we only want to look at the entrants that are on December 10th, or maybe just the entrants that are for this particular slot, we would just filter that way. Another convenient thing is this button that says show submitted entrants without a slot. Click this, click that filter so that you can make sure you're looking at all the entrants that need to have a slot assigned to them. So we would simply click assign slot. It's going to bring up the slots that are eligible for that category. We're going to hit submit, and then the entrant is going to receive an email with the slot information. Now be sure to check out the next video talking about judging with time slots.